little oddies. I'm not doing a nail video tonight, but I found these on Temu and I want to put them on these. They're just so plain. And I have 4 of these different canisters, and then I also want to put 2 on these, mainly because I can, and I hope they don't just like peel off. It's pretty thick and I don't want to cut the exact shape out. That's a lot of detailed cutting, but I'll be getting very close to it. I was hoping these were already like cut out stickers, but they say they go on glass, plastic, metal, so that's what I want. I do want to get as close as possible, but you know what I'm saying. I don't want to have to cut out the whiskers and strings and stuff, so I'm just gonna get as close as possible. And cut these out and see how they look. Because if you just cut a big square around them, you're going to see all that plastic or vinyl. I don't know if this is plastic or vinyl. It feels like vinyl. It really does. Don't worry, I don't use these cuticle scissors on myself. I don't use scissors for my cuticles anyways. I use the nippers. I always end up cutting myself with the scissors. But I want to have the roundy like cutout shape of them. I don't want it to just be like slap this on there and all that plastic shows. Nah. I did a little better than that. So now we do our test run. See what she looks like. I think I will do a nail in tonight's video, but I just want to kind of see what this looks like with you. Here we go. Get some tweezers so I can kind of peel it off of here. There we go. And I'm going to try this one first. That way, if it doesn't look right, it's okay because it faces this way. I think I'll put it on the back here. Let's see how she looks. I hope that clear just kind of blends in with the plastic here. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look great either. Doesn't look bad. Looks okay. Plus, unless you're on top of it, you're not going to see all that plastic. See up close, you can see where the plastic is. That's cute. Okay. And there's enough on here that I can cover all those and some. So, I think that's what I'll do with them. That's what I got them for anyways. But also, what I wanted to do is I bought some Nova Ovo duck nails that you saw in my last video. And I want to turn it into a mermaid tail. So I took and I cut it with some nippers, and it actually broke my nippers. The metal actually broke in half. Not where they're screwed together. I mean the solid metal broke cutting these. That's how thick they are. You can see how thick that tip is. So I understand I'm talking about them like I'm being sponsored. I'm not. I don't get anything from them free or anything. It's just there's some heavy duty tips. And I'd like you to know, if that's what you're looking for, these are definitely that. You see how thin they are up top where your cuticle is, and super thick at the bottom. And then I took my drill and kind of carved up the shape some, so it's the tail. Well, I thought we'd make a mermaid nail tonight. Mermaid tail nail. So that's what we're gonna try and do. I showed this in last night's video as well. I think this would be the perfect background for it. But first, I'm going to paint it silver with this liner, because I think that will make this one pop. It's not a cat eye either, but it is extremely beautiful. So let's get into that. You will see this on my feed or my post, because this will be one of my daily shorts nails. Matter of fact, it might be tonight's nail, because I still need to post one. Let's paint this all silver. Make sure I get it all. And we're going to even paint inside that little shape that I cut out. And I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. All right, now we get our beautiful, beautiful, it screams mermaid. I'm sorry, it just screams it. Oh yeah, the silver was the good choice. Yeah, that works. And yes, I'm going to get in here again with this. I think I will do a second coat of this. But tell me that's not like the perfect mermaid color. Let's get that second coat on there. Beautiful. It really does look like the tail fin. Okay, now that I've got that done, I'm going to use this clear builder gel. Let me see how quickly it settles though. No, we're gonna have to go the other way. Gonna have to go with this one. It's harder. And I want to put this on the whole nail. It's a lot tougher. it won't self-level as fast. Now let's see if we can't get this flat enough. It's too bad I can't do what I'm about to do with polygel. That would be a lot easier. That's all right. This will do it. I'm trying to get it as flat as possible. You know, well, not flat, but even. We need some of it to be semi-thick to put the indentations in it. And we can always add some if we need it. I want to make sure it's to every edge. Let's do this. Like I said, I'm trying to get it to the end. Make sure it gets to every end, every edge. If there is an easier way to do this, let me know, because this is the only way I can see going about it. Now that it's all the way to the edge, everywhere, I'm going to use my gel brush cap and try and make the scales that way. And you're just using half of this. And then you want to stagger those. This can look better. And see, that's the beauty. I can just pat it back down and start over. Erase the mistake. Okay, new plan. That wasn't going right, so I'm going to use a straw. cut it down some first. And then I'm gonna take out half of this. Is that enough? I think that's enough. Let's go for it. Now let's try again. Start in the center. I'll stagger them. Oh, not enough. And if you had a smaller straw, I'm sure you can make these smaller. This is just the idea. All right, we got our scales. Now I'm going to use this X-Acto knife to try and do the fins here. There we have our fin. Let's go all the way up to where this starts. Oh, it didn't come all the way down there. Make sure this side's the same way. There we go. I'm gonna cure this for 60. Alrighty. Now we've got that. Now we have to put top coat on this, but you want to put it on as thin as possible or you're going to cover up all your little indentations here. So you want to take and you want to really wipe off that brush. Depending on how full your bottle is, you're going to want to wipe off the stick that the brush is on. It's going to feel like you're rubbing it on there because you are. See, it's already starting to fill it up. I'm going to have to go back through there and get that off of there. All right, and we're gonna have to cure that. And the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the little shell bra like thing on it and some little bit of pearls. I've got these colored pearls. I also have these colored pearls, but I think they're a little too bright for what I'm doing, or maybe not. I don't know. This would bring out the blue and purple in the polish. Maybe we'll go with those. And of course we want small ones. think that's pink and blue. I think we're going to end up with the fuchsia and blue, which is fine. That works. There we go. Let's get our glue, which I'm using the rhinestone glue. Well, you know what? I don't think these are quite big enough. I don't think that's gonna be big enough. It ain't gonna look right. I'm gonna have to get the resin ones. All right. I've got the green ones or the purple ones. I think I like the purple ones. I'll put these over here. So now let's glue on those. Alright. And these go upside down because they're a bra. I know, it seems a little big, but considering I picked a big nail, we're fitting the nail. Obviously, if you're doing this on your regular nails, you probably wouldn't want it this big, but people wear these resin charms all the time. I think that does it. Secure that in place. Now for the decorations. Couple pearls, couple jewels. Up here and in between. And I think we will go with the I guess we go with the pink. Maybe put some clear in there. And a blue one. I think that looks good. I'm going to cure that There's our mermaid nail. I think it could use some tweaks, but I think it looks pretty cute. It's just a really big nail. But on a smaller level, it would be super cute. Well, thank you for coming along with me on this journey. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please have a wonderful day, week, night, month, year. And please come again. Bye, my loves.